News Day continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The Migrant Workers Department plans to send 1 million skilled Filipino workers to Saudi Arabia as the Middle Eastern country pushes to expand its economy. JC Cosico reports.
The Migrant Workers Department targets to get 1 million skilled Filipino workers hired in Saudi Arabia within the next couple of years. This is because of the Gulf states' plans to expand, which means they need more workers for various industries such as hotel and restaurant management, construction, and information technology.
Most of their five-star hotels are really manned by a lot of Filipino workers, and they're very happy kasi very cheerful daw, reliable, kumbaga, konti yung sakit ng ulo nila.
To date, there are 700,000 skilled Filipino workers in Saudi, but still just less than half of the 1.6 million count before the pandemic hit. With this, the DMW plans to implement a special hiring program. The agency says this will also take into account the country's own needs for manpower.
We need to have siguro a special hiring program that would accommodate their needs while also scaling up yung skills training natin and also opportunities for job internships so that may continued sustainability tayo for our own needs and for the needs of our external partners.
Their Saudi counterparts will send a technical team to Manila by the second week of June to iron out the details of the program.
So we can discuss the mechanics and also their needs. And also top of the agenda, yung ease of doing business. They're also interested in looking at how to reduce recruitment costs.
Meanwhile, Saudi has also assured the Philippine government it will shoulder the unpaid claims of around 12,000 OFWs who had lost their jobs. This was after several construction companies declared bankruptcy from 2015 to 2016. However, the exact date of payment remains to be seen.
Ayaw lang nila magbigay ng petsa, hindi dahil sa walang katiyakan na magbabayad, kung hindi dahil ayaw nila na in any case na merong aberya, ayaw nila na merong mapahiya.
Aside from Saudi, a number of other potential labor markets for OFWs have expressed interest. This includes the UAE, Austria, Guam, Portugal, Romania, Hungary, Czech Republic, and Canada. The DMW is currently in talks with these countries for possible cooperation. For News 5, JC Cosico, we are One News.
And a recent SWS survey shows that only 29% of Filipino adults found that their quality of life improved in the last 12 months. Meanwhile, 25% of Filipino adults said that their quality of life worsened, while 46% found that things have remained the same. Based on the survey conducted between March 26 to 29, there are more Filipinos who believe that their lives have gotten better. The SWS said the net gainer score was generally negative until 2015, when it rose to positive territory until the drastic deterioration that started during the COVID-19 lockdowns. Finance Secretary Benjamin Diokno has spoken up once again in defense of the Maharlika Investment Fund bill. Diokno allayed fears that the proposed MIF will bankrupt state financial institutions should it fail. Senator Coco Pimentel has said that the failure of the Maharlika Investment Fund could lead to the possible collapse of banks that are tapped as its funding source. These include the Land Bank of the Philippines and the Development Bank of the Philippines, which are being eyed to contribute some 75 billion pesos as seed money to the Maharlika Fund. The Finance Secretary says there's no need to panic.
Actually, investable fund is more than 1 trillion. 50 billion lang we contribute them. And it will probably get higher returns compared to current naman.
So there's no reason for the public to worry about a possible bank collapse?
Panic kami naman. There's no basis for that.
More stories coming your way after this quick break. Keep it here on One News. Now, I'm Sean Yao. The Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, or CAAP, has assured that flights entering or departing from the Philippines between May 31 to June 11 will not be affected. This is despite a notice to airmen issued by neighboring jurisdictions of the Philippines regarding North Korea's satellite launch, which could pass through the Philippine Flight Information Region. However, according to CAAP spokesperson Eric Apolonio, the affected area is located somewhere in the Pacific Ocean or the eastern seaboard of the Philippines. And although it does fall within the Philippine Flight Information Region, Apolonio says it is far from the flight paths of commercial flights going to and from the Philippines. In other news, a dynamic support vessel has begun siphoning the remaining oil from the sunken MT Princess Empress off the waters of Nauhan, Oriental Mindoro. The Philippine Coast Guard says that DSV Fire Opal will siphon 120 to 240,000 liters of oil. When it sank 3 months ago, the MT Princess Empress was loaded with about 800,000 liters of black oil. The Coast Guard says this process could take 20 to 30 days depending on sea conditions and subsea progress. The DSV Fire Opal was chartered by the Malayan Towage and Salvage Corporation and contracted by the Protection and Indemnity Insurance Club. It arrived in Oriental Mindoro from Singapore on Monday. And the police regional office at the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region has deployed forces to Marogong town in Lanao del Sur. This is after the outlaw group Dawla Islamia threatened to attack the area. Policemen had been placed in strategic parts of the town to ensure public safety. Some 3,500 residents have also evacuated to other towns, fearing an attack from the members of the terrorist group. Dawla Islamia had sent warnings via text messages and Facebook posts last week that they will attack the town of Marogong after some of its members were arrested. One News Now will be back at 5:30 p.m. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.